Hey everyone, this is Andre from ChromeFX Films, and I am going to be creating a song from scratch using Mixcraft 6. I haven't done a video like this before, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you will get to see the process and how easy it actually is to create music. Depending on the style of the music, the time it takes to create the song will vary. I will be creating more of a electronic sounding song, like the tracks used in my survival FPS update videos. Those were all made the same way and in Mixcraft, and I will show you guys how to make them yourself. If you are new to Mixcraft 6, I would recommend watching my Basics of Mixcraft tutorial before watching this video so you can understand and be able to follow along easier. Alright, so I have a new project here, and I have two virtual instrument tracks. We are going to be using these so I can delete the rest of these audio tracks. Won't be needing those. Just insert a few more virtual instrument tracks here. And we are going to start by creating a few chords, a simple tune, and I was thinking about what it would sound like, so I have already something prepared. So I'm going to press record and try and play as on beat as I can. If it's slightly off or so, I will readjust it after I record it. And I do have my MIDI keyboard set up, so I will be using that to input the notes. Oh, that was the wrong chord. Alright, so we will be using those. Delete this wrong chord. Drag that to the start. What's down here? Control A, select them all. And I'm going to readjust these so they're all perfectly on beat. And if you hit Alt and P, it'll turn on that metronome, so we'll listen to that. Alright, so let me see if I can get these on beat here. It might be a little loud, so I just realized. So I'm going to turn down the volume here so you can actually hear my voice over the sound of the notes. Alright. And you can select them all like this and then drag it so you don't have to do each one individually. Alright. Very nice. So that's what I was going for. And I'm going to end this track. See, I have this big blank space over here, and I can shorten that by dragging this little green arrow here and then end the loop right there. And then I can press the loop button up here and it'll loop it so you can have this play an infinite amount of times. So I'm going to find a instrument that we could use for the sound instead of a piano. Let's go to the synth section, soft synth. Well, hard. Square lead. This is a very nice sound. Adjust a little bit, find a nicer one. Alright, I like that one. There's a little bit of a wobble to it. So the song's a bit slow right now, so we'll go over to the project tab and then increase the tempo. Play it again. Alright, so that sounds nice. I'll just loop that a few more times. And then we'll add in our second instrument. So we'll treat that as the opening to the song. And then I will switch tracks and then have this as a saw lead. See what we can come up with here. Right. wrong note there. So we will move this all here. And what else I could have done, which I can turn on the, here you go, the punch in and punch out, so that it would only start recording in that space. So, let me just try that again. So this is what it would sound like. So it doesn't show up yet, that recording bar. And it'll start right when the punch-in starts. Alright. Like that new one. Turn this off. And adjust it. Alright, so we have that now. And now we'll get some drums going in here. So switch tracks again. Drums. Oh, drum kits. We'll see what kind of kits we have here. I like to use a standard one though. Oh, knock that down. Alright. That's a nice sound. So we'll just play around with this and see which one sounds the nicest. Here we go. So I got the kicks there, and also what I can do, since some of them might be slightly offbeat, I can just copy it, paste it, and then copy it all, paste it again, copy it all, paste it again. So now those kicks are on beat. Also, I can also just shorten this, put that in a loop, create a new lane, and then start working on the new track. Here we go. Second part started going downhill from there. So I can also just loop that. The snare didn't sound in place. And I can increase the volume of these toms so you can hear them. Crash, and then we can just tweak the notes to make sure they're on beat. And even though it seems like it's almost insignificant, but having it precisely on beat makes a big difference, because when you're listening to it afterwards and you hear that one note and you're thinking to yourself, that doesn't sound right, and then that's usually why, because something doesn't sound on beat. If it's not a wrong note, it's usually off beat. So we got that now. Kick in the back there, and I'll just loop this section. So select it all, Control C and then Control V, so we'll paste it again, and now we have a simple beat going and these chords. So we can speed this track up a little bit. Alright, and add some more instruments in here. Go back over to the, let's go to the softly, see what we got here. And that won't work. This might work. see what we can get in here. So I'll just improvise. That was an interesting tune there. See if I can change it up a bit. Alright, so now we got that second part in there. And now I can add a little bit more in there. So we have our main chords and we have our saw in there. That might be a little bit loud, so turn that down. And we'll add some more in there. Go back over to that synth section, see what else we can get in there. Alright, I'll stick with this one. And then we'll just loop that, so make sure this is looping correctly. There you go. And we can go over to the mixer and then increase the bass on that sound. Low frequencies. And I'll reinforce these 4 chords by adding the same chords but a different instrument. So let's see, maybe add some choir in here. Or maybe have a little bit more fun with the ooze. Yeah, that sounds nice. And we can play around a little bit with the panning, see if we can get some sounds. That bass doesn't sound right. If you ever run out of ideas for a song or just want to make it interesting, just change the key. It works no matter what. It never fails. So if your song is getting boring or you think it's really repetitive, just change the key and it will fix that. So I'm just going to listen here for a little bit and see what else I can get. Okay, I'll try something here. Just turn this off and just improvise it again. So we'll play around with that last part. Sounded good. Okay, and we'll end that there. Actually move all this back so we can keep it on beat or tell if it's off beat. Alright, so we got the kick there, and now we got to add the rest of the instruments. Oh, what is that? Oh. There you go, because I moved it to the beginning. Right. So, yes, finding chords does sometimes take a little bit of time. Alright, we'll use those chords. Make sure they're all on beat, like we were doing earlier. Alright, so very similar notes there. To tone this down a bit, but again, increase the bass. So you can feel it but not hear it. So I'm going to add a sound for that plays in the back there, a new sound. Right. So then I can try mixing actually a bit of strings in here, see how that sounds. Didn't sound right. Alright, I'll just fix the notes there. Or just delete this and I'll keep moving on and then add in from there. The bass doesn't sound right. Those chords don't sound right either. So that looping didn't work because I forgot that the chord changes. There you go. So I'll just add on with the strings there. So I'll record this. And I'll add these chords into the other track. And I'll just delete this other one here. So we'll play this from the beginning and see how this sounds. I like that. So then we'll add some more into that, and then it'll have a sort of a build up into that main part of the song again. Just tweaking a few things as I go along, just to tweak the sound and make it more pleasing to the ear. We could actually extend this first part a bit. Again, I'll loop this first part again. And then I'm going to loop the second part again. And the third. And we'll just have this part play again. Now we have extended it. I'll have to extend the drums as well. So copy and paste again. And I'll add something else in here. Alright, we'll see how this sounds. Or we could have this, but in organ sound. We'll move that over to the second section. And then we'll have a big build-up for the drums here. I'll add in another sound there so you can kind of identify when the song is going to change. I'll go down to the drum section. Here you go, reverse cymbal. This is what I want. So we'll just record the sound. That's all I needed. There you go. And I'll copy and paste this here. That was a little bit too soon. Just something in there, just a little bit of detail to add a little bit more to the song. So it's sounding nice so far. It's not a complete song, but it's almost done. And I have been playing it with the metronome this whole time, so if I turn it off, this is what it sounds like. And that organ is slightly off. And I won't fix that right now. That will take a little bit of time to fix that, but I will after everything is done. So it's sounding nice. I'll just duplicate it again. I'm going to add this, but I'm going to make this one right speaker, and I'm going to change the sound. So see if we can get this more interesting. Last note doesn't sound right. See how this sounds. So it all has to kind of slowly fade out instead of just instantly, because then it sounds too abrupt and we don't want that. So I'm going to have this slowly fade out. Well, I'll just stick with the first chord. Alright, so I have that first chord there. That's not right. And I'll have it fade out. Let's hear the transition one more time. So that reverse cymbal ends with just the sound going mute, so I'm going to make that a loud crash because it's a lot more satisfying to listen to. Here you go, and I'll make this loud and see how that sounds. It's getting there, but I'm going to add some reverb on that. Alright, sounded good. And I'll copy and paste that here. And here that sounds like. Alright. So it sounds okay. I'll make sure. Here you go. The wet mix is on. Let's see how this sounds like. Alright, that's okay for now. So it's almost done. And you can add as much as you want to it. So I could practically keep adding on to this forever and keep adding new parts. But this isn't a normally structured song. This is one type of structure, how you have this first part, then the second part. It goes back to the first part, and then usually it changes keys from that point, which I could do that. So let's see if I... this video has been running for quite a while now, too. So I might just end it off here, finish off the song, make it fade out, and then we'll see how it sounds from the beginning. Yeah, and I'll just make it fade out from here. Every track. Fading seems a little bit unbalanced. Ah, that's why this top part wasn't fading out. First track. And I'll add in the... Alright, so I'll just make this choir a little bit louder, because it's the end of the song, just make it more intense. Alright, and I think you've heard the song enough, so I won't play it all the way from the beginning, but that is basically how you make a song. It took about a half an hour, and usually there's a lot of tweaking in the end, getting that perfect sound, adding in some extra sound effects, or the left and right speakers, changing the velocity of the notes, adding effects like the reverb effects. I can do all that, and I would recommend doing that in your own songs. So I didn't use that many of these mixers, so I could actually go back and change some of the frequencies. Sounds nicer now. Hear this song, or this sound. And usually you want to have something in the background so there's never a quiet moment. You always have that sound that you hear but you can't exactly identify. You just know it's there because the song just feels full. That is the sound effect that you always want to add. I actually don't have that in here. Usually I have a sound that goes like this. I'll play it on the keyboard. That's usually what my filling sound sounds like, but I don't have that in here. You can add that if you want, but this is what you can make in half an hour. And of course, once you do this a lot, you can actually make these songs in a lot a lot quicker, and you can take up less time and then have more time for adding the little tweaks and details. Then of course you can add vocals too if you would like to do that. Just make sure you insert an audio track here and then you record. So thank you very much guys for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I plan on making more of these song from scratch tutorials in the 8-bit music section, the 8-bit sounds, and orchestrated tracks, which is what I am currently practicing other than this electronic music. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.